Welcome back to your podcast. We're your hosts.
I'm Beth Anne.
And I'm Kaylee. And we're just kidding.
I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Beth Anne.
And we're so glad you're here.
Can y'all see us today?
Wait. Oh yeah, we didn't have video last time. I know. I was so sorry to disappoint.
And I kind of liked the way that I looked. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we made a lot of references like, oh, look at this. And this is what we're in. This is and this is. But that's okay.
Yeah.
Things happen. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wearing a hat.
I know.
Which
Get
is
it
so
on.
cute.
Woo.
And if, read, like without context, you might think, oh my goodness, Miss K, you're so dirty.
Mm-hmm. That's like when Neutrogena sent us the PR package and it just says on the crew neck, the juiciest.
The juiciest.
The juiciest. Why?
I love that.
I do too.
I love to save a little bit for the imagination.
Mom always told us to do so.
Mom always told us to do so. My hat, if you're not watching, says get it on. But it's from a sunscreen brand.
Guaranteed.
Period.
So it's talking about SPF.
SPF.
Mm-hmm.
Get her on.
Yes.
It's
Wait, which SPF brand? Sorry.
Istin. I just tried it for the first time yesterday.
Period.
And I loved it. It was a white formula, so I was really scared of a white cat.
That's what you posted about.
Yep.
Matched your nails.
Matched my nails. The packaging matched my fingernails. It was so gorgeous.
I've been using the Naked Sundays Spritz.
Yeah, 50 SPF.
Mm-hmm. It actually says 50 plus SPF. I'm like, what do you mean?
So
Again,
what do you mean? Sometimes
leaving
it's
some
50,
for the
sometimes
imagination.
it's 60. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
However that goes. But it's just so perfect because I don't have to get sticky. I don't have to rub anything in my fingers. I don't have to, have anything clog my pores super aggressively. It doesn't have to peel with my makeup. Like, it's just a spritz.
I made a few videos about this recently, but if you haven't seen them and you do struggle maybe with like SPF that makes your skin greasy or just that irritates your skin, I have very sensitive and dry skin, and my favorites is the Supergoop mineral sunscreen. The mineral is really good for sensitive skin, really for all skin types.
Good to
and
know.
I use it as a base, like a primer for my foundation or whatever under my makeup. You're glowing too.
Like where?
You use that formula from Inco Beauty.
Is it my highlighter?
No, like your skin, like your complexion, like you're glowing.
Really?
Yeah.
I use Paula's Choice Moisturizer.
Love.
Something with collagen in it, plumping. It
period.
honestly does give me a plump. Like, I don't know.
I want to know the difference in applying collagen to your skin and drinking collagen.
Right.
So many people say, heal your gut from, obviously heal your gut, excuse me, from the inside, but like heal your skin from the inside. Healthy foods, vegetables, probiotic, whatever. And it's like heal the outside from within. My eczema. Apparently, I could probably heal that from within, but I don't know. And I don't really have the time to do trial and error to figure out if it's gluten.
Diet to get rid of eczema looks like.
No, I want to know so bad, but I think it's different for everybody.
I wonder if it's 0.1 to 1 watt hour liter. That's what I want to know.
It's 0.1 to 1 watt. Yeah. Some people say every Google search is different. Sometimes it's less dairy. Sometimes it's no gluten.
Typically,
I don't have the
you
time
have
to
to
go
cut
figure
out
that out.
dairy.
Yeah.
You have to cut out gluten.
Yeah.
You have to cut out sugar.
Yeah.
You have to cut out processed foods.
Yep.
You have to cut out
Tomatoes,
sodas
because they call it inflammation.
You have to cut out any probiotic drink because it's just false.
You have to cut out stress.
You have to lower your cortisol by cutting down stress, but you're so stressed about cutting down your cortisol and freaking out about your stress being so high that you're just more stressed than you could ever possibly be.
We have a cure?
Nello. No. I wish we had an ad break in this moment.
Someone commented.
Clip this and send it to Nello. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of being sick and tired. They need to hear this. I love the calm. I actually, seriously, I don't know if it's because I was laying horizontal last night and I finally was home after a long dia, or if it was the Nello calm, but I actually felt my heart slow down a little bit. Beth Anne?
I promise I'm not just saying this because you're describing it.
Okay.
I literally felt that way last night. I was like,
this is how I feel about it getting paid
resting.
$0. So just wait.
Yes.
So they put a check behind it. I felt my heart stop. No, seriously, it was amazing. Wait, what is it, strawberry lemonade or raspberry lemonade?
My favorite is the blueberry coconut.
Oh, I didn't think you had opened it yet because
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I was going to open it, but I was like, maybe she just wants
There's
to
only a few left if you want to try it.
Okay. I wondered if that was your favorite.
So good. I literally rested so good. And the other day, I think it was either the beginning of the week, maybe it was last week, but I started my day with a Nello because Mr. Tootie had derriere all through the noche. And I was cleaning it up and I was like, I'm not going to stress. I'm just going to take a Nello. But I think that's why I was so mellow through the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to lay down.
Better for nighttime.
I think it's better for nighttime. That might be duh. I don't know.
Almost yesterday morning to start my morning, instead of taking my let me wake up, I almost took my let me sleep off of straight confusion. And I just sat there thinking to myself, today wouldn't have counted. I would have fallen asleep any which way.
One time I went shopping with grandmama. This is my 94-year-old great-grandmother. And she told me, it was me and Aunt Trish and her. And we were shopping and it was raining. And so Aunt Trish went to go get the car and I was staying with grandmama. And she goes, oh, don't tell. I took my sleep medicine this morning. And she was like, just please keep an extra eye on me. No. She was like, don't tell Aunt Trish. We'll tell her later.
There's no tired like that public school desk.
Yeah.
Blue chair.
Yeah.
Tired.
I still need to write an apology.
To Dr. Blair.
To Dr. Blair.
I do too.
And just the fact that you knew it was going to come out of my mouth, this has really stained us.
I actually think we've talked about it on the Poot at one point or another.
Maybe. I actually think we have too. Dr. Blair was our 9th grade English.
Yeah.
So this
all I remember is reading. So whatever that is, it was
the
reading class. Yeah.
We had to read the Odyssey every single day. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
So
it's not
bored.
my cup of tea.
No.
It's so far from my cup of tea that I couldn't even pretend. But I loved his passion for it. And I loved his personality. And I loved talking to him.
I could not
stay awake. For the life of me, I could not stay awake.
No, I literally couldn't. And that was when they changed it from periods to blocks. Do you remember? So
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Wait, did we have 90-minute classes there? I think that's when we transferred to North Oconee.
Yeah, no, that is when we transferred, but that's how we ended it at Grayson. I'm pretty
sure. I don't think so. I think his class was the one that we had lunch in between. So we had to come back and finish reading the Odyssey.
Oh my gosh.
Whichever. That
gives you nothing to look forward to.
Oh.
You're at lunch and you're like, it can only go down from here.
I love Dr. Blair. Yeah.
Me too. Him and his cats. I wanted to know so badly who he married and who he last dated and what his type was.
His cashmere sweaters.
I wonder if they were from Quince.
Probably. No, he was such a king. But yeah, so we have just been resting sweetly. Thank you, Nello.
No, literally, thank you, Nello. We were not resting sweetly yesterday when we were at Lenox Square Mall. We actually weren't even at Lenox Square Mall. We were just at Nordstrom. We had a day at Nordstrom. We started the morning at Paluzzi with Mom, just a little mat, heated Pilates class, and we thought that it would just be something to kickstart the day, but it was a lot to tackle on top of driving the hour and a half out to Nordstrom and ATL Ho.
Yeah.
And then it was a very successful day. It was very enjoyable. We didn't put any pressure on ourselves.
No.
That's just get slapdog tired.
You just get slapdog tired, but not putting pressure on the day was exactly what we needed. However, we literally did not leave Nordstrom.
Wait, I actually have to say it with your chest.
Say it.
Okay. Why don't we have shopping carts or baskets of any kind at Nordstrom? Just wondering. It's so sweet that you come and you take my belongings for me and you put them behind the counter and you keep up with them. I do love that, but what if I need to hang on to them so I can see if the shoe is going to match the hat? The color of the shoe, the pattern, whatever it may be. I just need to have that confirmation, so I'm going to need my items on person, but you're taking them for me, which is so kind. I don't want to carry them. I would rather push a buggy that I can plop my purse in, put my watcher in, because it was very limiting on what I could do. I couldn't bring a water inside because there's nowhere to put it. There's nowhere to sit it. So it's just going to be in the way.
Judy, the sales associate, such a doll baby. She went to come grab my belongings because I was grabbing some more. And she was like, let me take these for you. You just look so awkward. I'm like, yeah, I do. And I feel awkward juggling my...
I'm like, baskets. What?
I had a tickle. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was juggling my sunglasses. I was juggling my pool float. I was juggling my cooler.
Bought some sunglasses yesterday, Kaylee.
They're so cute. I almost put them on. I literally almost put them on for the app just to like show everyone. But
what brand were they? I've forgotten.
Well,
Key.
Yes, it looks like Quay. Quay.
Well, I said that one too many times on the TikTok, and that's all my comments were flooded with. Is Key, Miss Beth Anne.
So I'm glad to know. Anyway, totally agree though. Just a basket, a shopping cart.
Just give me something.
Yeah.
You know, but give me the option. Some people want you to take their items behind the counter, great. But if I want to just carry them around with me and I want to be comfortable, allow me.
Well, I'm going to say it with my chest, and this is just something I was thinking about last night.
Okay.
Walking. Really just about, like, my relationship with Gage is the healthiest. I'm not, like, trying to, build myself up here, but it's just, I've never questioned him. I have all the trust in the world. I mean,
you mean questioned his loyalty?
Oh yeah. I've never questioned his loyalty. I've never questioned
his. Questioned one or two things.
Trust has never been an issue. Mm-hmm. I know that he will choose me every single day for the rest of his life. There's so many things. I'm just not even worried. That's my man.
That's my man. And I'm on Sam's side.
And I'm not stressed. And I know that he is from the Lord because I have so much peace about him. Mm-hmm. There's certain things in life, everyone says, well, if you didn't go through this, you wouldn't be here today. No, there's some things that I could have gone without and I would still be here today. And I know this had to happen and that had to happen for example, for us to meet. I had to be in Clemson the same day. You had to be there. And if you would have been, and then you wouldn't have, okay, I get that part. But as far as character development, I would still be me.
Guaranteed.
I've been me. Yeah. And the way that I approached Gage with an open mind and open arms is how, like, I would have approached any, I don't know, I don't want to say like any relationship, but, trust, love, laughter, all these things, like, I would have taken that into any, and so just, not that
this
I
was so unexpected.
Well, I just feel like some people can agree with this, like, that didn't have to happen. This person didn't have to lie to me, and that,
for me to believe Gage.
Right.
Because if anything, all that lying and doing wrong to me would have had me in a deeper hole with trust issues and not trusting Gage. But you, because you're you and you're in control of your emotions and your response to things, you were going to be you 10 toes.
I was going to be me 10 toes regardless. I promise. And so, I don't know. I just think about like high school and colegio, even just like date nights that I went on, like fraternity, whatever. It's like, ugh. Like going. I mean, I don't know. It's just all part of it. But there were definitely things that happened where it's like, okay.
It just didn't have to happen though.
I didn't have to go through that to get here.
Literally.
I would still be here.
Literally.
Anyway.
Wait, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, because I'm not saying like I would still be here physically. I'm sure other, but like character wise,
I get that.
I'm still me.
100p.
I've been her.
Her is she.
Same one since day one. Title. No. Same one since day one. How do you like that?
That sounds gorgeous. Not everyone can.
Beth Anne, you're not as passionate about like.
Still being you. No, I am.
No.
Titles.
I love finding creativity and like
you're a writer.
Funny titles and like writing our descriptions and just like I love that part.
Oh my gosh, we have to have differences.
Like,
great. Dad always said like if everyone was the same, this world would be a boring place. You have your strengths and I have mine. What do you think my strengths are?
Okay, what do you mean? Just like in general? Because I know last week I was like saying you were selfish. And I didn't mean to. That wasn't okay.
I just want you. I don't want to give you any guidelines. Just what are my
just your strengths in life.
Or what do you like? Oh yeah, Beth Anne's good at that. Or like, oh yeah, Beth Anne. Well, we can start with I do all the laundry. All the laundry.
Well, let me get your thoughts. I really hate doing laundry. Like, I really, really hate having to pull the wet clothes out of the washing machine and hang them up because we hang up our clothes. They can't go in the dryer. They'll
shrinks.
never be the same.
Dryer shrinks.
And so I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm belching. Everything's
You're always belching on your food.
I don't know. It's just something with like the coof and the I have to tell you guys about my coof. First of all,
Kaylee.
What?
You're deflecting.
Okay.
No, seriously, you're like doing that thing.
Your strengths, you have insane. You're looking at me like I'm about to disappoint you.
Well, I won't look at you then. I'll look at me. I've kind of wondered what I look like anyhow. Let me fix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have perseverance. Like, you might get knocked down, but you will get right back up. No matter what. And with that, perspective. You can always find perspective. Like the right perspective to to make light or make positive of the situation. I would say that you and I together, especially when we experience like inconveniences, I know you went on a rant about this just when inconveniences arise, you're just like, period, you know? And
it's always period.
But it's always period, especially when we're together. That's the best. It's so...
No, I was honestly going to love if we ran out of gas yesterday. Why? Because it was going to be so funny.
It was going to be so funny.
Y'all.
If we're going to be inconvenienced, we want to be inconvenienced together because we're going to laugh our tails off.
Before I tell this story, were you done talking about my strengths? You're going to say,
well, I was going to keep going about your strengths.
I think keep going.
You feel good.
No, keep going, and then I'll tell them about what happened yesterday.
You have... okay, the dogs are fighting over a bone, so quit. You love fiercely.
Oh gosh. You don't mean that. You don't mean that. I don't even think you would say that as my maid of honor speech. Like, I don't even think I would get that on my wedding day. So
you love me so much.
I do love you so much.
Okay.
In what ways do I show it?
I love me so much.
No, I do. Y'all are my heart.
Okay.
Yesterday when we were in the
You're
car,
a little selfish, but
you always want to get a dig in. Quit digging.
I was just like bringing it full circle. Keep going. Yesterday we were on Lennox Road.
Oh, that kind of felt worser.
We were on Lennox Road.
We're on Lennox Road. We live about an hour and a half from ATL home. Oftentimes it could be 2.5 hours if you get in the road at the wrong time. So I have ran out of gas. Yes, like I have one time. But that was when we drove this really old car in high school.
Okay.
It was a Volvo.
It wasn't like...
No, are you about to say it wasn't old?
It wasn't like that old.
I guess it might not have been like that old.
I mean, think about now. That was 10 years ago. So yeah, now it's old. But you know what I mean? It might have been...
Okay, pardon my actual French.
No, I was just like...
It wasn't that old.
But you know Mom's listening.
But a long time
Mom,
ago.
please.
Now the car's old.
Okay, now the car's
That's
old.
what I was trying to say.
Okay.
But not at the time. But I don't think it read when you're about to run out of gas. However you want to classify that as. Just a little malfunction. A quirky car. A quirky Volvo. That's what we had. And I was on the way to school. I can't remember it perfectly, but I think I was going to like get a biscuit or something before school. Possibly. And that was when like biscuits didn't stick the way they do now. Like it's actually just so crazy.
Agree.
Yeah. Ran out of gas. Literally on the side of the road. Like just stopped. I think I probably tried to call Dad first. Ended up calling one of our friends, Jessup. That was just like a whole thing. But so that was my only time running out of gas. I'm not actually irresponsible. I'm really crazy about gas though. I will have 3/4 of a tank and just get gas. Cause I'm like, well, I'm going to have to get gas eventually. You know, just like get gas, especially if it's earlier in the week because, you know, on the weekends and stuff, there's like, they spike it up or right before the weekend, they spike it up. So,
I didn't know that.
I think they do. I think I don't. Yesterday it was spiked up, tell you that much.
Yeah,
it was
true.
Literally almost $4 a gallon, and I just get the regular schmegular, 80-some. So yeah, we almost ran out of gas, and I say that because we were on. It didn't have a number to show. I drive a Tahoe. It wasn't telling me 30 miles to empty, 20 miles to empty. It was just 0 miles to empty. And the way we were in stop-go traffic
Yeah.
for 20 minutes, I was like, no, this is going to be... And my heart was racing so fast, I needed a Nello calm.
Yes.
Effective to meet.
Yep.
But we turned the air off. Like, it was a serious deal. Turned the AC off, rolled the windows down, and like scoot to the beginning. I was fully prepared to run out of gas, but I wasn't hoping we did, but I was like, wait, this would be so
it would be so funny. Mom's in the backseat.
It would have been so funny. I just love when things are funny.
I know.
Yeah.
The movie for Flicks and Feels was so funny. I was literally LOLing, laughing out loud this morning by myself.
No, that's how I feel about White Lotus.
Yes.
But you don't feel that way about White Lotus.
No, I do. I haven't finished season 1.
Yeah.
So you're probably further along. The thing about White Lotus is I know they do it on purpose.
No, it's such a hoot.
It's such a hoot.
Because it's real. It's like...
It is kind of realistic.
Nobody's saving that much face. Like you see the thoughts of everyone like on their face. And
that's
like,
true.
And you're just giggling. With
the owner or the manager or whatever the hotel, so hilarious. There's so much lore in every crease and crevice of that show. I cannot wait for it to all be tied up, put a bow on it at the end of season 1. I am enjoying it and it is funny. I was cracking up.
Funny.
So we watch for Flicks and Feels. If you're new here to your podcast, Flicks and Feels is our movie segment where we watch a movie every week. And you guys write into your podcast, yourpudcast. At gmail.com. And give us movie suggestions, or we choose them, what have ya. So this last week we watched Like Father on Netflix.
which I think Kay and I have seen at one point or another, but I honestly didn't remember it full well.
I didn't remember it either. So it was so cute. I literally, it's like I remembered, but no details.
No details.
Workaholic who could not walk down the aisle without her phone and her bouquet.
She gave me a lot of anxiety in that moment.
She did.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it was a little bit of a wake up.
I was going to say it was a little convicting.
A little convicting because something that I have been working on is just like being very present, especially when I'm able to be.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's like, no, I actually do have to handle this work thing right now. Like it truly is right now. Other times, no, it can wait.
Right.
Like I'm still within business hours.
Yeah.
It can wait. That is something that I've been like consciously working on or trying to get ahead on something. If I know I'm going to have a busy day the next day, even like yesterday, okay? Yeah, it was a shopping day, but it was a shopping day for a work thing, multiple work things. So I just wanted to get everything done the night before. I was like, just so I don't have to worry and feel like I'm like leaving anyone behind, failing in any aspect. So
because such a major perk of what we're able to do working from our home or working from our homes or working for our phones is what I was going to say, is that we can be in Nordstrom answering an email or whatever, but also, you know, we're with mom and we're talking, we're hanging out. And so it just looks like we just want to be present in those moments. So it's just good to either get ahead or the days that we're at home to be at home and work during the business hours and then go have dinner with friends or whatever. So, yes, it was convicting because she could not hang up the phone. And yesterday, Mom, I was only being so lax because it was the three of us together. When I'm by myself, I'm a lot more aware, but I was literally walking in the parking lot while typing something out. And Mom's like, be aware of your surroundings, be aware of your surroundings. And I knew that she had my back, and so I wasn't so worried. But it's so true. And I was thinking in the back of my mind, Kaylee, don't give her this impression that you're on your phone 24/7. You can't look up in a Kroger parking lot.
right.
Anyway, so Mom, just know. Also, last night we were talking to Mom about some of our advice that had been written in. And
Mom said she holds her breath every time the Brice Advice comes on. She's like, oh my gosh, like her heart starts pounding. She's like, what?
Because she doesn't know what we're about to say.
But I asked her if she agrees with what we say, and she's like, I really do.
Yeah.
Period.
Also, though, it cracks me up because she was like, I mean, y'all just kept going on and on
I was like, do they know that they're on the podcast?
I mean, they're just talking to each other like they're in their living room.
She's like, I thought y'all had forgotten that you were doing the podcast. It sounded like y'all were just talking to each other. I was like, okay, girls. I don't know if anybody else noticed, but as your mother, I'm like, okay, girls, reel it in.
I know. And sometimes I do feel like that. But I think it's just us wanting to give the very best advice as possible. And
we
like
also
making sure we cover all of our bases. And we just want to, we want to be really intentional with you guys. Like, you're taking time to write into us.
Mm-hmm.
And
she goes, then y'all started saying like too much. Mom, you're so funny.
You're so funny.
I really want to get her on the pood, Kaylee.
We will. Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, we will.
No.
Of course.
So funny.
But, okay, so back to our flicks and feels.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a cute movie.
It was so cute.
It just kind of,
I love
they
her.
revealed that, yes, I love her too. What was her name? Kristen something in real life. I'm looking it up. Like Father movie.
Is Fiona laying over the side of the couch?
Literally, I think she is laying over
head
side of the
laying.
couch.
Okay. Love
that. Oh, Seth Rogen. He was so funny. What? No. Harry. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find the main actress. Did she dye her hair brown and it used to be blonde?
It's possible. I think that movie was filmed in 2018.
There is no way. Hold on. That doesn't look like her. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm just like, okay. Is this so serial?
No, it's not serial. But I'm like, what was her name? Oh yeah, Kristen Bell. I was gonna say Beth Anne, I was gonna say Kristen Bell, but do you know who I thought of? I was like, wait, no, that's Twilight.
I didn't do Twilight.
Yeah.
Did you do Twilight?
In real life? Can't remember. Yeah. One night me and Ryan watched actually might have been over the course of like a week or something.
That's right, y'all
watched
did.
them.
Y'all grinded them out.
Yes. It was so fun. So fun. So,
what are we watching this week for flicks?
For flicks and feels this week, we are watching. I took a screenshot so I wouldn't forget. It's called Instant Family, and it is number 2 in movies today on Netflix. Mark Wahlberg is in it, and they play a couple. Him and his wife play a couple. Well, the wife in the show play a couple whose lives are shaken up after taking in 3 spunky siblings in foster care. So it'll be cute.
It will be cute.
It'll be so cute.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to. I feel like I didn't really expound upon enough of Father and how hilarious the gay couple was. And he's like, phenomenal. I need to offer you my professional advice. I've been a therapist for
4 months. I LOL'd. LOL'd. I loved it.
I've been a therapist for 4 months. That is seriously us hosting Brice Advice.
Yeah.
We're like, we've been podcasters now for 2 months.
We read your submission 10 minutes ago. This is what we have. Take it or leave it, but take it.
But seriously. I know Mom goes, I think about, people will listen to y'all.
And then do what y'all say.
And do what y'all say.
We really don't do anything. We're very realistic.
We don't give any destructive advice.
No, ma'am.
I still want to hear back from the girl who went on the date with the guy and thought he might have killed off his cows. I know we heard back and she had still not heard back from him. But
you want a weekly update?
Yeah, have you heard back?
I totally get that. It's gonna be week 365.
I'm sorry. Okay, so for Brice Advice, which is obviously our advice segment, you guys, we love this. Always the juicier the better. Please write into us. Yourpudcast.
It's for sure my favorite segment.
For sure. And all of you attaching pictures of yourself or your spouse or your boyfriend or ex-boyfriend or the narcissist or the lunatic.
Everything. I'm such a visual learner.
Such a visual learner. And I get so much better advice when I can see you.
Guaranteed.
Give it to us.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to start us.
Oh, well, I can start us.
No, I've got it.
Okay.
Okay.
We have another one about bridesmaids today, so that'll be cute.
Here we go. I'm writing in regards to my sister and I's relationship. My sister, who is 1 year older than me, let's say her name is Janie, just got out of an abusive relationship physically and verbally about 6 months ago. I am one of 11 siblings, and I have 8 sisters, and we are all very close, but Janie's relationship with this guy, let's call him Bob, really put a toll on my relationship with her. Fast forward now about a month ago. She came to me and told me that she was pregnant with Bob's child over this last 6 months to a year. I've barely seen her. I watched her stray away from her relationship with the Lord. Sometimes I will get the confidence to call her out on her sin, as brothers and sisters of Christ should do, and ask her why she continues to stay with him and make all these bad decisions. She just bailed him out of jail 3 months ago. She will not sit down and have a conversation with me, but instead blow me off, get up and leave. I want to be supportive of her and this baby, but I do not know how to support her when he's in the picture, especially since they are not married. He does not have a job and pulls her farther and farther from our family and her relationship with the Lord. How should I go about interacting with her and trying to be supportive of her pregnancy, but not her relationship with him? Correct.
Right. You know, that's hard. And sometimes
That's how I want to start every one of these. You know, that's hard.
Yeah, that's hard because jail.
Because she's bailing him out of jail.
But we just have to look at the facts and we have to work with what's in front of us. She's having his baby.
The baby is a precious, innocent miracle.
Innocent miracle.
I believe you can support her without enabling her. I know that kind of seems a little cliche because it's like, okay, yeah, but how?
Yeah.
So much easier said than done. I think you show up for her when she allows you to. You go to the appointments for her and the baby. You can even tell her, you probably already have, say, I love you and I want to be there for you and this baby that's going to be my niece or nephew, but I do not support your relationship with Bob. Sometimes when people feel threatened by another person's goodness, for lack of a better word, like they feel conviction. She probably feels a little bit of conviction by perhaps even your walk with Christ. Like you seem to be kind of steady.
Compared to her,
you have it together. You're not struggling with this abusive relationship.
Yep,
or
she's
anything
definitely
of the
battling
sorts.
some insecurities.
She's
that
battling
she doesn't
some
want to be
insecurities.
vocal about because it's just really hard for her to even process. She knows probably how you already feel about it and how a lot of people around her feel about the entire situation, and she's just gotten too far deep. She's too far deep to dig herself out right now, and so she has this baby. And like you said, innocent baby. I don't think that in any way the baby should suffer. Like you be there 100% for them and whatever that baby needs and whatever she needs. And I just think that when it comes to Bob,
I don't know what to do about Bob because he is the father, right?
it's almost like
But
I just
is he
want
gonna-
Bob to get locked up where he can't get bailed out.
I know. Is he going to show up as a father or is he going to be more destructive to the sitch? Okay, as I reread,
What did he go to jail for? Because that's a huge...
someone who's living in chaos, stability seems threatening. And so for you, you've probably been tempted to just shut down yourself and to not keep shining the light and to quit planting seeds because you feel like it's not working. It's not productive. Don't let her refusal of wanting to be better and change, because she probably does want to be better and she does want to change, but it's going to have to be in her own timing. It's not going to be in yours. Don't let that dim your light. Don't let that shut you down. Just keep showing up for her and for the baby because you love them.
Yeah.
She needs the support from you. And I believe that you staying steady will really show fruit later on. I really do.
I do too.
I really do.
Totally, that's what she needs. I think that continue to pray for strength every single day and patience, because I know it is so taxing. It's wearing on you. You just can't understand why she would make these stupid decisions, from your point of view. It's like, I don't get it. But this is the situation. This is where we're at. What were you going to say?
No, I'm just like, I know that it probably feels like there's so much pressure on you. I mean, if this was you.
Yeah. Yeah.
If this was you, Kaylee?
Yeah, like all hands on deck.
All hands on deck, but
like
also I would feel responsible for everything going on in your life. Not responsible is not the right word. I would just feel like I've got to fix this. Like I would just be freaking out day and night.
And if somebody was like, you just need to continue to pray. It's like, I have to do more.
It's so hard to be patient. You're not her savior. Jesus is. And it's typically things like this don't happen like when you're ready for them to, because there's so much more to digest for that person. And there's so much more hurt there. And there's so much more like, I don't see her going away from Bob anytime soon, just being so honest, real. She bailed him out from jail 3 months ago. Like if you're bailing someone out from jail, you really want them out of jail. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just think that you put your relationship with your sister and your future niece or nephew above everything else, and you love her and you buy her diapers and groceries and the things that help support her and the baby, not her and Bob. Keep it very separate. Yeah, just be honest with her about the way you feel, but not in a way that comes across like attacking, like you're attacking her and you're making her, because she probably already does feel a little bit of guilt and a little bit of shame in all of this. You don't have to remind her of that. You know, those are probably the thoughts going on when she lays her head down at night. Mm-hmm. You just say, I love you and I forgive you. I want you to forgive yourself. I want you to be free of this man's. You know, I'm sorry, I'm a little stuck because I keep just being reminded that Bob is the dad. And
Bob
I'm like,
is the dad.
Crap, like we can't get rid of Bob.
I know, because we want the child to have their dad.
Oh gosh.
But also, if Bob is a criminal, like that's fine. And
Bob's actions aren't aligning with
the fruits of the spirit. Honestly.
Where's Joe at right now?
Joe Goldberg.
Yeah, we need Joe Goldberg.
Beth Anne.
To clean this up.
Beth Anne. Yeah, Joe
kidding.
Goldberg would never let this slide.
No, literally. And celebrate what is good. You know what I mean? Like, celebrate what is good. Celebrate this beautiful life. I mean, ultimately, like, yeah, the baby's a miracle. I think that everything else will work out.
And it's not going to be fixed tomorrow, and it might not be fixed next year. Just continue to pray for patience, and Lord knows if you pray for it, he's going to test you, right? Because you got to prove to have it. So it's hard, but you got this. She's got this, and she needs you and your support and your encouragement so much.
Yeah, and you can just ask her. I feel like y'all are probably raised the same way, and if you're a believer, you can just pose questions whenever it feels like the right time. Like, do you feel like Bob is leading you closer to the Lord? Do you feel like he's going to be the spiritual leader of the family? Do you feel like he's someone that gives you peace? And do you really feel like this is the man the Lord has for you? Like, do you? Just yes or no. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. I'm just curious. See where your head's at.
Yeah.
That vibe.
Another Brice advice. Morning. I need some advice from the main moomsies. I asked my bridesmaids about 2 months ago, and I've been so happy with the group. But I keep thinking about one of my closest friends who I didn't ask, and now I'm second guessing it. She means a lot to me, and the only reason I didn't include her originally was because I was trying to keep the numbers even with my fiance's groomsmen. Now here's the twist. I'm moving in a few weeks, and she lives where I'm moving, while the rest of my bridesmaids will be approximately 10 hours from me, so it would be nice to have her nearby during this next chapter and the rest of my wedding planning. My therapist even suggested waiting and asking her in person once I move, which I love, but we've already started planning the bachelorette trip for August, so timing's getting tricky. My wedding isn't until February 2026, so it's not super last minute, but I don't want her to feel like she was just an afterthought. Should I ask her to be a bridesmaid now, wait and ask in person, or just loop her into the batch trip and other events without the bridesmaid title? Would love your thoughts. So
I'm going to offer something interesting.
Okay.
What if you just explained this to her? Like,
yes,
listen.
I was going to say this.
I know this is just...
She's going to feel like an afterthought. Yeah. No matter what.
No matter
what.
Because
she is essentially an afterthought and just convenient. She's convenient for you because you're moving to where she lives and you need some support. And she is a good friend, so you know you're going to be spending time with her regardless. You're going to be talking about your wedding. So now it's just going to be awkward because, I mean, yeah, she knows she's going, but it's like you intentionally did not ask her.
I hate that bridesmaids makes it, you know, you have the maid of honor, you have the matron, maid, bridesmaids, and it gives tiers to who's the most important in your life when really that doesn't need to be the case. If you were to just say, okay, I've honestly wrestled with this so much because you truly mean the world to me.
And she said that she just wanted the numbers to be even with her fiance's groomsmen. She said, silly, I know. But no, it's not silly. It's really common. I think that's very super normal.
I said that in the car with you yesterday. Yeah. Kaylee was literally naming her bridesmaids that would be in her wedding yesterday on the way to Atlanta. And I was like, well, okay, how many is Gage going to have? Like, if you're going to plan on having 6 or 7, like, can he have 6 or 7? You know, and we talked about that.
It's also, it doesn't matter. I'm thinking about just having you stand up there with me and
I know, Queen.
All of our close friends on the bachelorette trip and then getting ready with me. I do like the idea, though, of the pictures, like the groomsmen and the bride. But then I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. That's going to come. We have time for that. But
I do think that you just lay it all out for her and you say, this is the thing. I do want you at my wedding.
Yeah.
Like and sometimes decisions, like, it's not set in stone. Yeah, you asked people to be your bridesmaids, but you still want her. Like, you're not asking her out of guilt. You want her to be in your wedding. You want her to support you. You want to have someone close to you.
If anything, you feel guilt, like, I should have asked her because I wanted to. And I didn't because of the numbers.
A silly reason.
And I think totally explain that to her and just be honest. This is one of those situations you don't need to sugarcoat it. You don't need to beat around the bush. You don't need to be like, oh, but if you... And like, you can come on the bridesmaid trip. Like, nobody wants to hear you can come.
Yeah.
You need to iterate and emphasize to her that you want her to be a part of things. And if you decide before, okay, maybe I don't want her to be a bridesmaid because I want to stick to the numbers being even, if that's still fair, just be like, I really, really, really want you to join us on the bachelorette trip. I love you. I love spending time with you. And, you know, we wanted to have an even number of bridesmaids and groomsmen. But you're one of my dearest friends, and I just want you to be a part of everything. And so
you can just say, like, I can't stop thinking about it. I feel like I'm going to miss you so much without having you in this process. And tell her, I don't want you to feel like an afterthought because you're not. Like, this has been on my mind so much. And don't even be nervous for the conversation because you're just going to speak honest and openly from the heart. I really think she's going to receive it well.
Yes.
Seriously.
Same. Totally. And do it in person. Like the therapist said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the trip is in August. If she can't make it on the bachelorette trip, it's okay. Mm-hmm. You live in the same city now. And then maybe she can be a bridesmaid.
You could also show up with a little, I don't know what you gave your bridesmaids when you asked them to be your bridesmaids, but you could show up with a little something.
I love that.
And
yeah, get her a little gift.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be the same thing if you don't have the exact same things you had before, but.
Right.
Anyway. Of course. Make her feel valued.
Period. Okay, our third and final Brice advice. You got her?
I got her.
Duet.
Okay. Well.
What? We have 4.
Well,
what?
I don't know. Were we going to do the one where she couldn't move on? Or was it going to be the one about the hug?
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Wait.
We can do 4 Brice advice today.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes we do 3 or 4.
Okay. I am needing some advice when it comes to moving on from a long-term relationship. When I was 15, I started dating this guy. We dated all through high school and up until the age of 20. We had the perfect relationship in high school. All of my friends thought we would be the first in the group to get married, and I was so in love. He was 2 years older than me, and it was always a very mature relationship. When he went to college, we grew apart a bit. At that point, we were 3 years in. I realized that partying was more of a priority than I was, so I broke things off. We were apart for 9 months. When COVID happened, we rekindled. Oh my gosh, my speech impediment. It was after my freshman year of college. When I say I loved this man, I loved this man. He didn't always treat me the best, but I was so in love. His family was basically my family. I absolutely adored them and still do. When I was 20, my sophomore year of college, his senior year, I realized that he had been with other people when we were apart, and it wrecked me. Obviously, I couldn't be upset because we were not together, but the worst part was the girl. Okay. This girl was in the friend group and had also slept with my brother, who was his friend. I watched a video that he had recorded of him sleeping with her. She didn't know it was being recorded. Again, we weren't together, but it made me sick. I am now 24 and I still haven't been able to move on. I feel like he ruined my view on relationships and how to trust. I want to move on and find my forever person, but it almost feels like he still haunts me. My brother and him are still friends, and he talks about him a lot. I loved him so much, but he ruined my whole view on relationships.
I actually have good news for you.
Okay.
Also, sorry, we just had to take a brief pause and switch out some camera batteries. I have good news for you, Queen. You don't have to compare this animal to any guy ever because he is a pervert. He's a pervert and he's a criminal.
Oh yeah.
He I'm sorry.
Okay, I was
recorded without.
Yeah, I actually forgot that.
So that's insane. That's insane. Mm-hmm. And you saw it. So if you really wanted to pin him, you could say he's a distributor. I am so disgusted with him. So disgusted. And I know there's all things that we, situations that build us, create our character and help shape us. And one day you're going to look back on this and think, why in the heck fire was I ever caught up on him? And so I'm excited for that day. I guess you're not there yet. But can I offer some perspective of he's so gross? I can't. I don't even have anything else to say because you've got to stop thinking about him. He is such a creep.
This is the thing. You're not gonna stop thinking about him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you should.
You're not going of course, Kaylee. But she's not going to. You're not going to. You have to. It's hard because as you actively try not to think about someone,
you're thinking about them. Of course.
You know? So I feel like you're onto something because you said that in this process of trying to move on, like you've really been trusting God. Boom, you've started the healing process.
Boom, you've started.
You bring your heartbreak into God's presence, even though he is omnipresent and he was there past, present, future, all the things. You bring him that heartbreak, you lay it down, but you have to fully surrender. I actually wrote out a prayer for you this morning on my walking pad.
Thank you. I'm so glad that the Lord softened your heart because I'm trying to figure out a way we can put him in jail.
You know, it takes a lot of effort to get over someone. Do you know what I mean? Especially when their actions don't gross you out enough to do so. Obviously, you're still hooked on him for whatever reason. Multiple reasons. I mean, you were with him for a long time. There's good reason for why you still have feelings for him. But I feel like his character, like you took a video, you had sex, like, does your brother know they had sex with the same person? Like, it's so gross. Like, it's so gross. Oh my gosh. Okay.
At least you are not going to marry him. You don't have to think about that for the rest of your life.
You don't. I need you to pray this prayer.
Okay, we're ready for the prayer because I'm over here like scheming.
But don't think, okay, let me preface, don't think prayer is enough. Action too, okay? Yes, you pray, but you also put in a lot of effort as well, and you believe. Like, you believe that there's better, and you believe that God will deliver what you're asking for. Don't pray and check it off and be like, okay, I prayed, it's going to be fine. No. Truly believe in a wonder-working God and know that he can remove these feelings off of your heart, off of your mind.
Yeah.
Believe that and trust that and want that for yourself. Like, okay, here we go. God, thank you for not giving me what I thought I wanted. Thank you for rescuing me from a future that would have broken me. I bless his life, but I release him from mine. I bless that season, but I step into a new one. God, help me surrender the version of love I wanted for the love that you are preparing. Woo! Help me stop rehearsing a future you've already rewritten. If you took him away, it's because you saw what I couldn't. I have limited knowledge. I have limited understanding.
Yes.
You see all things all the time. If you ended it, you were protecting me from what I didn't even know to pray against.
Full body chills.
In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
And scream it at the rooftops.
Beth Anne.
Pray the prayer and believe it.
That's so good.
There's only power in prayer when you believe.
I listened to this video the other night and it was like, you think that, it was this preacher who was so amazing. You think that God, he walked out of my life because you could only see his back, but you didn't see the Lord pulling his shirt from the other side.
Yeah.
He was so good. Basically just saying, you think that this person just walked out of your life, but you could not see that the Lord was taking them out of your life. Mm-hmm. And just the way that he said it so poetically, really just kind of how you did, Beth Anne. It was like, wow, it was so eye-opening and it was such good perspective and it was such a good word. Thank you for that.
just know that the love that the Lord has for you is not tied to any betrayal or any secrecy or any confusion. Like what this man has been working with, like you said, the partying was put before you. He's obviously having sex. He's recording it. This girl doesn't know it's being recorded. He's doing things that those are not character traits. Those are not, you can be redeemed from bad choices. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I'm not saying this defines this guy altogether.
But if you're looking for the man that the Lord has for you, are those the qualities you want? And
Yes
are
or
those
no?
the qualities that the Lord describes?
And I see
as
you
a man of God?
mentioned that your brother talks about him a lot because they're still friends. I mean, do you just want to ask your brother to like please quit talking about him? Like it's been long enough.
Just
I just don't really see
why
why
y'all can be friends. But
your brother
I just don't want to hear about him.
Your brother doesn't need to be talking about him because I can't really think of one person that my brother talks to me about. Like my brother and I, Kaylee and his brother, we're close. We don't talk about the same person all the time. He's not talking about a friend or two friends all the time. Like there's just no reason why he needs to be getting brought up all the time.
Yeah.
And so if
next
he
time
is,
he
tell
brings him
stop.
up, just be like,
can you stop?
just don't bring him
He
up.
grosses
around
me out.
Yeah.
He grosses me out. Eskimo brothers. Ew. Sorry, at the beginning, whenever we started back after we plugged in the batteries and stuff, I wasn't feeling as strongly as you were because I'm not even kidding. I literally forgot that happened. Like I read everything and then you started talking about
you
like
you
were
said
so
that
passionate.
and I didn't hear anything else.
No, I know. You were so passionate and I was like, wait, what? And then it's all now I'm so fired up.
Yeah.
But truly like that prayer did, like typing out the prayer helped me too.
And it is so therapeutic, you guys. It is like I will think all day long and I will be in prayer throughout my day. But just spending the time to either write something out or really say word for word out loud, like in my bed at night or in the morning or in the car by myself, my prayers to the Lord and just talking to him like it's a conversation, just really surrendering. Oh, I can breathe again after that.
Nello calm.
And with my Nello calm, like I'm set.
So I have a word of encouragement that I wanted to read that a moomsie wrote in.
Absolutely. And I think this is in regard to a previous Brice Advice about the narcissist.
It is. We had someone write in about needing some advice on what to do about being in a relationship with a narcissist and having a kid with that narcissist, okay? So this girl said, this pulled heavy on my heart because I was raised by a narcissistic man and 2 years ago was in a domestic violence relationship. Even if you don't read this aloud for the public, I wasn't sure if you could share this with a sweet girl going through it from a daughter's perspective. But like, I really wanted to read it aloud because there's more than just one or two out there that need to hear this. I thought that this was just really great. His burden is not yours to carry, whether there's a kid involved or not. God created you fearfully and wonderfully and says that the woman should be treated as the temple of Christ is. My parents stayed together for the kid's sake, and I wish they would have split years before. Growing up with a father like that molded the image I had of a marriage, and I strongly believe that is the reason why I got with men who I had to fix. I ended up in a relationship with a narcissist and my abuser. I am now 26 years old. I do have a relationship with my father, but it wasn't until after I set heavy boundaries on the way I was going to be treated, and I'm in therapy. Your marriage is setting your daughter up for what she will accept for the rest of her life. It wasn't until after my abuser where I told myself I'd never accept something like that again. The last few months that I was with him, I asked myself, would I want my daughter to marry a man like this? Or would I want my son to have this man as an example on how to treat women? He was put in jail, and I'm with a man now who loves me so much it's gross. I know it's all easier said than done, but I'm your hope that it does get better. And even if you don't find a man right away, your daughter deserves 2 separate loving homes than to go through it as well. Choose the man that makes your kids look at you and go, ew, mom and dad are kissing again. Choose the man that's going to be the example of who you want them to be when they grow up. I'm praying so hard for you. I'm sorry this is long, LOL. You're so sweet. I just
That's really good.
loved that and love you. And I'm really glad that you sent that in. I think that's very encouraging. So
yes, thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple prayer requests.
Period.
So the first one is from Susie from Savannah. Sue's Cruise. We're from Savannah.
Oh my gosh.
Also, if you see me, if you're watching, I'm literally holding up my mic stand because it's like falling, and I think these mics are too heavy, and I didn't want the mic to like fall on the couch and get all like.
My mic has been slaying.
So I hope it's okay. Yeah, yours really has. So Susie from Savannah is requesting prayers for a job that she's up for. She said, it's my dream job after a few years of struggle and heartache. God has made some moves in my life recently to turn things around. I'm hopeful, and I really feel like he put this opportunity in front of me for a reason. I'm a little nervous and can use all the help I can get. Love, love, love. And then we have Kate, and she said, I'm reaching out to ask for some prayers for my family and me. At the end of January, my triplet brother, Ethan, passed away unexpectedly. Despite his medical challenges that prevented him from walking or talking, he brought so much joy and light into our lives. I'm hoping you can say a little prayer for him to find peace for my family. Your podcast has really helped me reconnect with my faith, and I can't thank you. Oh, I am going to get a little emotional, but that's okay. But I wanted you to watch this video of her brother. Oh, I forgot I took a screenshot. Okay, you can watch it after the episode.
Okay.
It's really, really sweet. Lord, thank you so much for today. And thank you, God, for waking us up this morning, Lord, and for the opportunities that we have every single day. Thank you for all of our listeners and viewers who tune in, who write in, who listen to us, and who want advice. Thank you for everyone who writes in to encourage us. God, I first want to pray for Susie. And I pray for this job opportunity, God. I just pray that you would continue to make moves that reveal that this is the place that she needs to be. I pray that you would calm her nerves, Lord, and just give her this sense of peace and confidence from you. Lord, I pray for Kate and her family. And God, I thank you so much for her precious brother. Lord, thank you that he's resting in your arms now. God, we know that you are our healer, whether that's on earth or in heaven. But we know that we can rest in you for all of eternity. And God, I thank you so much for that. Lord, I just pray that you would draw near to Kate and her family. They can find comfort, God, and just loving and remembering all of the joy that he brought to their lives. Lord, we love you so much. Again, we just thank you for this community, for all of the people pouring in to them and sending love to them. We love you so much. And in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. I also had one I saw this morning right in Mia. You asked us to pray for a divine revelation for you, and we were supposed to live next, and it would be greatly appreciated. I did prayed for you this morning along with myself because I'm kind of in the same boat. Where to go, what to do, those vibes. So we're covered, but great app, Kaylee. I love you.
Oh, I love you so much.
Heck of a day for you to put on mascara.
Heck of a day, and it's brown mascara. It's not as intense, but I'm sure it's still smeared. Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit, but that's okay.
No worries.
We're about to have a day. We are going to go hit our 10K steps. You got a little ahead of me this morning.
I'm just tired of the whole 10K thing.
Should we change it to 15K so we can just get the 10K out of our
It's just really starting to irritate me from day to day. Like I need to get
like knowing that you have to work that in your schedule every day.
It takes so much time.
Yeah.
And I did the stair stepper for 30 minutes the other day on level 6 for 30 minutes.
You'll never get there.
It was like 2,000 steps.
Yeah.
Waste of freaking
time. You're better off on the treadmill. But as far as just a really good like sweat and workout and maybe 20 minutes to add on to your leg day, it's fire.
Remember when you said that I'm really good at like finding a perspective, like a good...
Yeah. So can you do that for us in this moment?
Yes. I'm really, really grateful for a body that moves.
Yeah.
And for a healthy body with strong, big bones. For long legs that allow me to step and
to step.
If they were shorter legs though, I would get more steps in a shorter amount of time. But like perspective. So
I love you so much.
And also it gives me
purpose?
A great source of vitamin D when I get outside to walk. I lots of times edit my videos on my walk, so it's kind of like habit stacking, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Right.
I'm also just I love the feeling afterwards. I love to feel accomplished.
Yep.
And I love to know that I worked for my results, even though I want to stab myself with Ozempic.
Right.
So,
but we're seeing those results.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly but surely. We're going to keep grinding it out.
Here's your reminder. It's time for the outro, Kaylee.
I thought you were about to like actually give another perspective. I'm like, keep going. Okay.
No, I have to pee.
Here's your reminder. We love ya and Jesus saves ya. Bye.